Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying something new and experimental, and I hope that it goes well. So excuse me if you guys saw my last video where I bought the Cusimax infrared like glass top burner for my glass teapot. Well, it ended up being really big, and you can look at that video down below. I was looking for something smaller, and they have them like on Umi tea sets and AliExpress. Over in like Japan and China, they make special like little infrared burners just for these glass teapots where they're not so big. So what happens is that Cusimax one works perfect. It's just so big. I have to leave the teapot over to the side, and it just emits so much heat that I don't really need on my desk. So I found this one. The problem is I haven't ordered those because they don't have a US plug, and I started looking into converters, and I don't know a whole lot about that, but upon my research, it's not just a converter plug you would need. It's like a transformer that converts the wattage down. So anyway, it seemed like a whole bunch of trouble. It seemed very dangerous. I read a whole bunch of stuff on Amazon about converting plugs over, and I just didn't want to mess with it. So I searched and searched, and this one finally popped up on Amazon. I have seen this one on AliExpress as well, and I believe it's what we call a white label product, which means they're just manufactured. People buy them, they put their own brand on it, because this exact one with this exact lettering I found under a multitude of brands. This one at the time happened to be the cheapest on Amazon. I think it was $15 or $16, and then the next price jump up was like $26. So I was like, we'll try it. So the difference is that this one, I believe, is going to be a cast iron top. But it says multifunction coffee stove. Make coffee, make tea, hot milk, keep warm. And on the side, it shows a glass teapot. On this listing, it also showed a big glass teapot. So it is supposed to be safe for that. I'm going to put my favorite glass teapot on here and see what happens. Just because my other one is quite big. So we'll try it with this one. I hope it goes well. But anyway, apparently it was available in green, but not from this seller. I didn't see it. So I haven't even peeked. I'm just going to unbox this with you guys and hope we do not have any tea drama, because I literally love that pot. And that pot wasn't super cheap. I think it was $30 I paid for it, and I had to wait for it to come. Excuse me. So all right, so there's a bag. Just gonna, all right, interesting. It was upside down like that. There was another foam padding in there. We gonna set this box aside just in case we gotta make a return to Amazon. Electric cooking plate. It shows a couple different models. I did see those models on Amazon as well, and that one I believe is a little bit bigger. If you see my hand over here, I suffered 2nd-degree burns last week, so I'm letting it air out. I'm sorry about that. Before you start, read carefully. The cooker should be connected to a well unit of 220 to 240 volt. I read where somebody said that, and they believe that was a misprint, because these are supposed to have the US plugs. Does it? It in fact does. So maybe they did not change that. Just to confirm the appliance itself, let's take a look at the bottom. And it does say 110 volt, 500 watt, made in China. So I think that's just the product book not updated correctly. All right, so we're going to take a look. So it does feel pretty heavy. It's not light, and it does not feel cheap. The bottom has these nice silicone little feet on them, so that it doesn't slide around, but it is actually pretty heavy. Looks like it's, let me try to focus it. It's got a dial pad that goes from 1 to 5 and then off. Looks like we're going to have a power light. And like I said, this, I believe it said cast iron, and it is heavy. And I just am concerned with putting that glass teapot on there, although it does show that it's supposed to be compatible. So, last night I had some Dansong Aria from Adagio, and I'm just going to brew that up the last little bit, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to test this. So let me get that all set up, and then I'll come back. And actually, as I was looking at it, it does show multiple colors. Like there's a deep red, a green, the silver, and then on the top an orange. Now, I did not see those colors, nor did I see those options on AliExpress, but that would have been super cool. I probably would have went with that green. It's so pretty. But anyway. And there's this brand Yongquin, I think. So I actually had to get my extension cord out. The cord on this one is not as long as the Cusimax. I think it's around 30 inches is what I rough measured. Just to show you guys my little setup here. I have an IKEA desk. I can't remember if this is the Alex desk. I really can't remember. But there's this little part back here that flips up. And we put power strips. And so you can put cords down in there. So it's perfect for that. But if you guys are going to use this in a kitchen, it ends about right there. So not super long, but for the purpose I need it for, it's going to be fine. So I plugged it in. Typical with any appliance like this, they want you to turn it on high for a couple minutes. Generally, there's some type of like coating on here. I read some different reviews saying, if y'all hear that noise, it's our automatic litter box. It's high pitched. One lady said it was so bad she had to like take it outside for a few days. I found that to be a little extreme. I've never had an appliance that was that bad. Not saying that's not the case, because we're about to find out. Let's see. The LED light will go off when the hot plate reaches a selected temperature. Will cycle on and off to maintain the temperature. These instructions are only approximate. The individual steps on the switch may vary for different pots and pans, and also because of what you cook or bake. Before you use it for the first time, only use suitable pots and pans. Pots and pans should have flat bottoms in order to transfer heat steadily and to obtain the exact specifications indicated for the temperature control. God bless you. The dimension of the pan and plate should be identical. Okay, it's heating up. I smell it. You know what it smells like? Like back in the day, had a hair crimper that had like velvet flocking on it from Conair. And when it heated up, it smelled like that. So it's not horrible, but we'll wait and see.
What's that smell?
It's the plate heating. So we have a his and her desk, and he is at his desk playing World of Warcraft, and I'm filming over here. So anyway, I'm just kind of reading through. Never immerse the unit in water, and it's getting warm. Okay, we feel it. So while that is warming up, hello, I will show y'all in size comparison carefully. Let's not have another burn accident. So just so we're looking at, here's the Cusimax. I can't even stick it all in. See what I'm saying? So this unit is way, way smaller. All right. Now, I really like this, and I like the glass top. I got really comfortable using it. I really wish that they would make one smaller. And I guess, you know, in America, it's just not something common to use these little burners for teapots, but I really wish that they would use that. Update. He says that the smell is pretty bad to him, but to me it's not. Although I had a septoplasty last year and I've had some like nose damage, so I don't think I smell things quite as well probably as everyone else. But to me it's not that bad, but to him he's saying it's
not bad,
it's just that new appliance. Yeah, it's that like new appliance smell. So
fired up on your stove air vent.
he said turn it on like under your stove's air vent. I mean, I guess you could do it outside, but one reviewer literally said she had to turn it on for 30 minutes a day outside for multiple days. I just don't see it being that bad. So anyway, I'm going to let it do its thing for a few more minutes and then we'll come back and try the tea. Okay, update. He has turned the fan on. To me, it doesn't bother me, but so you don't want to take a cold glass teapot and stick it on something hot. So what I'm going to do is just kind of warm it above for a little bit. I'm going to let this unit cool down quite a bit and just try to get the teapot warmed up before I stick it on there. Because generally, especially with something like this, I would put it on cold and let it come up to temperature together. So I'm just going to kind of warm that a little bit, warm that glass up, let this kind of cool down, and then I'm going to put it on low. One reviewer said he uses this in his garage to warm his teapot, and he only has to keep it on low. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to keep this baby on low. I feel like this is definitely going to be a higher conductor of heat, especially with that cast iron base, as opposed to the Cusimax. So, okay, so I've left it at 2. It's been a few minutes. I could turn it up, but not knowing how the glass teapot is going to react on there, I want to kind of just take it slow. I am starting to get some bubbles, and the teapot is getting warm to the touch. So I think I'm going to leave it like that and just see where it goes and if I need to bump it up. So it has been about 10 minutes. I do hear it clicking on and off. We've got a little bubbles, but not much action happening other than that. So I am going to go ahead and kick it up to a 3 and see if we can get some boiling action going. So it's only been about 30 seconds maybe. And you can already see movement. I've seen some bubbles moving around. So there was a big difference in going from 2 to 3. I figured on this device there would be kind of a gap in temperature. And the part down here is cooler to touch. This obviously is burning hot, so be careful with that. But I don't know if y'all can hear it clicking on and off. But very, very quickly going from 2 to 3, we've got some bubbling in here. Alright, so we're back. It's been 3 or 4 minutes, and as you can see, we are boiling. I'm more excited that my pot has not cracked. So, going to continue to boil it. I generally like to do this after I steep Gongfu style, and you know, the flavor's kind of dissipated out. This is a way to get that last bit out of teas. This works so wonderful on oolongs. So this is actually a lighter colored oolong. It's wonderful. But she is raring to go. I'm going to actually kick it back down to 2. See if that will maintain the boil. But so far, so good. I just thought it was really important to show this to you guys if you were searching for something similar. I know I have been... I even reached out to Umi Teas, and the ones they have, again, just aren't converted for the USA. I don't want to have to deal, you know, like I said previously, with all of that. So this seemed a good option. It's not as pretty as the ones they have. They have some really pretty ones that are digital. Like I said, they have that glass top, which I prefer better. But, you know, this is a super affordable option. I like the size. If it works well, you know, then that's good for me, because, you know, when I'm on my desk, I've got a bunch of things going on, and the Cusimax just took up so much space. So this will be a better option. I think the main thing is, number one, making sure the unit is fully unplugged after you're done with it. Number two, making sure that you bring your glass teapot up to temperature with the unit, not sticking a cold glass teapot on something that's already heated up. I think that would be disastrous. So far, so good. So I'm going to let it do its thing and then come back and just make sure everything's still good. So final check-in. Everything is great, which is good. Seems to be doing pretty well. I've had it on probably over 30 minutes now, so pretty excited. You know, it definitely works for what I needed it for. I'm just brewing it up, and as I sit here, I'm reading and I pour some out. I add a little bit water in and continue to boil it. You know, and I get a pretty good brew out of it, just getting that last little bit. That's only 3 grams of tea, so, you know, it has a really, really good flavor. It's a great way to use up the tea leaves and just make them go further. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I wanted to do an in-depth review. I really like it so far, so especially for the price point, it works perfectly for what I need. I think the biggest thing is to make sure you have a flat bottom vessel. Make sure you unplug it. And the other thing is the silver part gets really, really hot. Somehow the cord got pushed up against here. Make sure that your cord is far out because that will burn that cord. So just pay attention to that. I'll try to keep mine stretched away from the unit just because that part does get so hot. But other than that, it seems to be working really great. I can't believe I got it for literally $16. So seems to be working well. So I definitely think you guys should try this. I will see if the seller is still selling these teapots. I'll leave a link below on that one because it fits this one perfectly. And I'll leave a link below for this warmer or this burner as well. So remember, like and subscribe. I will see everyone in my next upload. Bye.